Hi, my name is Pauline Walker. Here are my reflections as project manager of the Green Team. The purpose of the team was to design an employment interview workbook for an interviewee. An initial contact was made by group email to the team to establish how we would communicate, make decisions, and ask questions about our workbook. Our communication interactions would develop the team's working relationship that would include cohesiveness to feel connected to one another, interdependence to rely on one another, and commitment to meet deadlines and schedule meetings to discuss the team's project. The norms had already been established, but they needed to be discussed by the team members to become familiarized with our team's set of standards and culture. I suggested during the initial email to meet at least once face to face to discuss the norms and to divide the workbook sections to be worked on. Thereafter, using online Skype for communication. I requested each member to provide availability of time in attempt to avoid conflicts in schedules. Collectively, we all agreed communicating online was best, which later became unattainable because of cancellations. What I encountered from this portion of the experience was that the basic characteristics of teamwork is difficult to do, especially when there is no commitment to meet or to talk about goals. It led me into doubting the interdependence of our team members to get the project completed. I realized that cohesiveness of the team was vital. So I continued using emails to communicate with the team. This was going to be our way of staying connected to one another to complete the workbook. As leader in this formal position, I felt that I did not use my formal power effectively because my leadership style was not affecting the team positively. I was concerned about the morale of the team, which caused the group norms to not be met. As leader, I should have combined the use of the two leadership styles of social, emotional, and task-oriented with the members. It was my responsibility to place emphasis on meeting face-to-face or via Skype to delegate the parts of the project to the team. I allowed the time limits of the members to create informal power of suggestion to influence my decision to assign the assignment parts via email. After the expectations for the project were not being met, I changed my leadership style to task-oriented to keep the team tasks on task due to the lack of working relationship that was not being developed. As the team passed, I pondered on whether to address the team's progress that concerned me. I thought of termination, but as a leader, I felt I had to take part of the problem because of not addressing and following the guidelines. Instead, I set a date prior to the official deadline for each team member to submit their section of the report via email. The parts then the parts would be incorporated into our final interview workbook, which was to be critiqued by all team members. Unfortunately, there were no input giving for changes or any suggestions made. As project manager, I was faced with a tougher decision to submit the project without additional input, which I believe may have caused some oversights in the team project. Overall, I learned that the progression of decision making was minimized after the team's orientation was completed. There were never conflicts in making team decisions, but emergence occurred near the deadline of the project via email, which I thought was too late. In conclusion, I learned from this team experience is that without effective communication with one another and not working together can disrupt the outcome of a project success. In contrast, a successful team involves and requires continuous communication along with the key characteristics of cohesiveness, interdependence, commitment, norms, roles, and culture that is established by working together as a team. Thank you.